He is not putting no baby in no two-seater. That's why I told you to stay here with your son. Fuck you. You put it online, didn't you, hoe? Fuck you. You ain't telling nobody no fucking orders. Get your raggedy ass out of here. Them kids been waiting to see their daddy for 2 fucking years. Them kids waited 2 years. You put it on.
Ever since Blueface stepped out of prison, Chrisean's world has looked shaky, and the chaos around her life has people seriously worried about her son, Chrisean Jr. A lot of fans feel the baby deserves way more stability than what he's seeing right now, and that concern keeps getting louder by the day. People online keep pointing out that the constant stress, late nights, and nonstop drama can't be healthy for a child, especially one who clearly needs calm, structure, and real support. Since Blueface's release, Chrisean's life has been spiraling in public view, and it's messy to watch. One of the wildest moments that had people stunned was when she hinted that motherhood feels overwhelming to her, something no child should ever have attached to their name. She even went on the One Night with Steiny podcast and admitted she hates having so much evil around her son, blaming the nonstop conflict tied to Blueface's family.
How do you feel when people come at you as like not being the right mom or all that? Because you're always going to deal with that. So I'm just curious, how do you respond to that? Because people will say that's just the internet. Like, how does that?
I don't care for right. I start caring when it's like his blood speaking up. Like, all right.
Okay.
His grandmama, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. His daddy, what the So when he get older and see this only person he gonna see is defending him is his mama. Is that okay? You know, like, it's like, personally, I wouldn't even, honest to God, that's why sometimes I wish I never had my kid because of the evil stuff that's
carried over your head.
No, it's like
just how the evil in the world.
Yeah, it's so much evil, but even it's close to my kid. It's in his daddy. It's in his grandmother. It's in the people that.
I think that's now why.
Clout. My baby is clouded out too. Like, he got hella clout.
That statement alone had listeners shook and questioning where the kid fits into all this madness. And let's talk about the family tension. Chrisean's rocky relationship with Blueface's mom, Carlissa, is no secret, and fans have clocked it for a long time. Blueface's bond with his mother has always raised eyebrows, with people calling it intense and uncomfortable in their own words. Carlissa seems to sit right at the center of the beef, and sadly, it's the child who ends up caught in the middle of grown folks' issues. All this back and forth, the public arguments, and the emotional outbursts are creating a storm around a baby who didn't ask for any of this. And people are starting to say it out loud. The adults need to tighten up, because a kid's well-being should never be collateral damage in a celebrity meltdown. One comment summed it up perfectly, saying the victim in all of this is a young, innocent child who didn't ask to be born. Another person jumped in with, that poor little kid. A mother should never say that they regret having a child, especially when that child has special needs. May God have mercy on that innocent kid. And yeah, the comment section was not holding back at all. People were clearly emotional, angry, and heartbroken, because at the end of the day, a child is stuck in the middle of grown-up chaos. What really set people off is how Chrisean seems quick to point fingers at everyone else, but never herself. Fans noticed she talks about outside evil, yet stays silent on her own choices during pregnancy, and that's where the side-eye gets real. If you watched my last video on Chrisean Rock, which most of you did since the views have been climbing fast, you already know why this topic came back up again. Viewers have been questioning whether her son may need extra developmental support, but nothing has been officially confirmed, because Chrisean appears to shut down those conversations completely. Still, people online keep connecting dots. Many are bringing up her nonstop partying while pregnant, saying it raised red flags back then and still does now. Clips of Chrisean drinking during that time continue to circulate, keeping the conversation alive and heated.
Put yourself together.
Where the bottle at?
Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
You can't have no liquor?
Yes, I can. I can have the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No,
you shut the door because it's cold.
On top of that, her recent live streams caused even more backlash when viewers noticed her using her son's hair to wipe her nose, which shocked a lot of people watching in real time. The internet is watching closely, and the pressure keeps building, because when it comes to a child, people expect accountability, not excuses. The comments went nuclear after that clip surfaced. One person wrote, "What a disgusting mother," and another said the video made them feel physically sick just watching it. In the clip, viewers claim Chrisean blew her nose into her hand and then rubbed it on her child during a live stream, and people were beyond disturbed. A commenter named Minnie even said, "This is a clear sign of neglect and poor hygiene. She needs real help." And that statement started spreading fast across social media. Others didn't hold back either. One viral comment read, "This is proof that not everyone is ready to be a parent," and that opinion got thousands of likes. Another person claimed this is the kind of behavior that can negatively impact a child long term, especially when substances and unstable environments are involved. People were heated, emotional, and calling the situation alarming to say the least. In the clip, Chrisean is seen on a live stream with a friend when the moment happens, and viewers instantly flooded the chat calling it out. And this isn't even the first time she's been accused online of questionable parenting decisions. In the past, she was arrested at a courthouse during one of Blueface's hearings, and reports at the time stated that her son was temporarily placed in protective care. There have also been multiple reports of child protective services getting involved over the years. One major incident that raised serious concern was when a video allegedly showed her child in a potentially dangerous situation, which led authorities to investigate. During that intervention, officials reportedly found alcohol and other concerning items in the home, which sparked even more backlash.
Sean's son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. Seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him. The first one being, like we all assumed, he does suffer from fetal alcohol syndrome. He does suffer from neonatal abstinence syndrome, which basically is drug withdrawal. And from the records, they're saying that it was cocaine. He does also suffer from spasticity, which would explain why he's almost 2 and cannot walk or barely move. If y'all notice, Chrisean always has him either in a stroller or carrying him. It's basically a neurological condition that causes abnormal muscle stiffness or tightness and makes moving pretty hard. He also suffers from seizure disorder. Another big one was CVI, which is cortical visual impairment. And that is basically when a portion of the brain has been damaged, therefore leading to, like, it's basically going to affect how he interprets visual stimulus, like problems with processing, problems with, paying attention, problems with recognition. And based off how we've seen Junior, these all are making sense. The big kicker here is that with all of the things listed, he's supposed to be in palliative care.
All of this has people saying the same thing. The child deserves safety, consistency, and care, not non-stop controversy and viral scandals. Some moments should stay private, period. But Chrisean took it all the way there when she literally went live on Instagram while giving birth to her son.
Okay. Ready? Take your breath, curl up, hold and push. 2, 3, 4,
Oh, thank you,
5,
Jesus. Bring it back.
That's it, Chrisean. Big breath, do it again. Big breath, do it again. That's it, Chrisean.
Thank you, Jesus. Here you come, baby.
And people were stunned. A lot of folks felt that was too far, saying not everything needs to be content, especially something that serious and personal. From that moment on, many started questioning if there were any boundaries left at all. Now, to be clear, very little is officially known about Chrisean Jr.'s medical situation. However, online rumors started spreading after alleged documents circulated, with people claiming he may need extra medical or developmental support. None of that has been publicly confirmed, but what keeps the conversation heated is the overwhelming amount of footage showing Chrisean drinking while pregnant. That's the part people can't ignore, and it keeps resurfacing every time this story pops back up.
Went to sleep and stop drinking, stop smoking. But that shit, it's gonna be easy. Like how my whole life used to be. I wasn't drinking or smoking. I was an athlete, so that shit easy. But that's gonna be cool because my baby gonna make me wanna go back to football. I ain't gonna ever do. That party life was just fun for that time period, but it's also toxic for me. Cause of that, I don't know. Well, like, I don't know, this make me happy. It's depending on what I'm around. Right, I'm deadly pregnant. You feel me? Doctor ain't gonna do nothing tonight. I don't know, I'm not good. So that's not good for the baby. What are you talking about? Well, it's the heat. Cause it's really not that hot. It's hot, but it's hot enough to just be in here. I'm definitely going back on my football shit because my kid gonna be that top athlete. So all they gonna know is the field and the track. As soon as they come out the I'm going to the track. to go fucking get my body back because they done stretched it out.
If anyone wants more context, they don't even need inside info. Just scroll through her own social media. Chrisean has streamed nearly every part of her life, and chaos seems to be the main attraction. Many believe she relies on controversy and shock value to keep money flowing, and sadly, her child ends up pulled into that spotlight too. What really rubs people the wrong way is how she's spoken openly on live streams about being pregnant while still partying. Instead of sounding like someone trying to change or get help, viewers say she came off almost proud of refusing to stop. And that's where the backlash hits hardest, because struggling and seeking help is one thing, but bragging about risky behavior while pregnant is something people just can't wrap their heads around. Chrisean Jr. is now 2 years old, and people keep saying the same thing. Thank God the baby is still standing, but is he really thriving? A lot of viewers aren't convinced, especially seeing how unstable things look under Chrisean Rock's care. Clips of the child keep circulating online, and fans swear you can tell he's dealing with something, even though nothing has been officially confirmed. That's exactly why the conversation won't die down, because people are hoping, praying even, that he's getting real medical attention behind the scenes. What makes it worse is the denial. Many feel Chrisean refuses to even acknowledge that her actions during pregnancy could have lasting effects. That silence alone has people heated, because ignoring concerns doesn't make them disappear.
Today she heavy low today. Kids can tell. Fix your shirt.
Folks online keep saying accountability matters, especially when a child's future is involved. Now let's talk about Blueface. He just got out of prison, and when he was seen around Chrisean and the baby, his body language had people talking. He looked uncomfortable, distant, and straight up unhappy in those clips. One comment read, "I feel sorry for that little baby," while another asked, "Where are his clothes?" Someone else said, "This video made me sad but happy at the same time," because you can tell Blueface is at least trying. The comments didn't stop there. People questioned why Chrisean keeps covering her son's eyes during videos, asking, why is she always trying to refocus him? Another wrote, he's staring into space again. And yes, someone even joked that baby really loves ceilings, but the tone behind it was concerned, not laughs. Now that Blueface is free, many think he's attempting to be more present, even taking his son out to places like an arcade. But fans were confused, saying an arcade isn't exactly made for a toddler that young.
Look at Junior. Baby Jesus. He poor now. He not Junior. Junior if he kept alone. Still be Junior? No, I don't like that. Junior. What about Caesar? Caesar?
Yeah, I like Caesar. I like Caesar.
Of course you do.
Sonny, I like Sonny.
Sonny, I call him baby Jesus.
Oh yeah, I can call him Sonny. Come on, JJ.
Still, compared to before, people feel like at least someone is stepping up, because right now, all eyes are on that baby's well-being, and the internet is not letting this slide quietly. People were completely confused watching those clips, especially when they saw the adults debating what to even call the baby. One comment asked, why is he being so aggressive, or is it just me? Another viewer said it looked like Chrisean was trying to change the child's name again, which only added to the chaos. Some people even speculated that Blueface was documenting everything for court, because the whole vibe felt tense and calculated.
Oh, we got that last one. Say what's up to Baby Butter.
Wait, which game?
Say hi, Baby Butter.
Ah,
Baby Butter.
Baby brother.
Yeah. Say what's up, Big Brother. Yeah, we getting this shit all the way together, man. You know what time it is.
What really broke hearts is how different the child's behavior looked compared to other kids his age. Instead of running around, playing games, or enjoying rides like most toddlers would, viewers noticed he was mostly being held and staring off into space. One person asked straight up, "So he can't walk?" Another comment said, "This is a reminder not to drink or smoke while pregnant. At 2 years old, my son was already walking and spelling his name." Others kept it more hopeful, saying they pray he's getting proper developmental support behind the scenes, even though many admitted they don't believe that's happening. Then things took another turn when someone asked, does Blueface really still believe that's his son? And yes, this brings us back to Carlissa, Blueface's mom. She has publicly claimed that DNA test results for Chrisean Jr. are expected in a few weeks, meaning answers could be coming soon. That alone stirred up even more tension online.
Depends on who you was raised by. And since he was raised by me and his daddy, we understand. And he gave a very clear definition yesterday of why he has to do what he has to do. So we got that coming. In a few weeks, we'll get that DNA back. Everything will start working out. We'll figure it out. I'm sure he'll have the baby and all types of therapy now. I'm so grateful to God that we'll start to get somewhere. Yesterday was real ugly. It was real ugly. But I thought about it and I see now what he means. Like we're all women working off of emotions.
A headline started making the rounds saying Blueface shares video of son Chrisean Jr. standing alone addressing health rumors. In the clip, the 2-year-old is seen inside a playpen holding onto the rails to pull himself upright while maintaining balance as Blueface talks in the background. That video sparked another wave of debate, with someone asking, so he's aware of the neglect? Why isn't he being blamed too? People also started comparing milestones, noting that many children begin pulling themselves up and standing much earlier, which fueled concern, not diagnosis. At the end of the day, everyone keeps circling back to the same point: prayers for the child's growth, safety, and well-being. Now that Blueface is out and doing press, he's also reflecting on past decisions, including saying he believed Chrisean wasn't ready for motherhood at the time.
The only disability is her. She's not how can I say this? She's not like into it enough. You know what I mean? So the things you normally do with kids, and you know how they start off walking and talking, it's a build up to that, and it takes a lot of you walking and talking to them.
Okay.
And that's where she's like not doing enough at.
A lot of people found it uncomfortable that he's discussing something so sensitive during a promo run, calling it unnecessary and messy. Once again, it feels like adults are talking, headlines are spinning, and the child remains the quiet center of it all. Honestly, it's starting to look like Blueface might have had a point, then and even now, but at the same time, the way he's oversharing personal, sensitive decisions feels like way too much information being thrown out for clicks. A lot of people feel like he's scrambling for relevance since getting out of prison, still trying to figure out his image, his lane, and what he even stands for at this point. Meanwhile, Chrisean Rock made headlines again after a podcast appearance where she talked about her son growing up and seeing all the online negativity. She claimed that when Chrisean Jr. gets older, the only parent he'll see defending him is his mom. But what really shocked listeners was when she said, honest to God, that's why sometimes I wish I never had him because of the evil stuff. That quote alone sent people spiraling because it sounded like frustration mixed with resentment, and folks did not take that lightly. Some viewers went as far as saying it feels like she's emotionally checking out, almost ready to wash her hands of the responsibility. Others even said quietly but boldly that the child might be better off in a calmer environment, possibly even under Carlissa's care, which says a lot considering the family tension. The comments only got louder after that. One person wrote, "Why doesn't he put the time in? That's his son." Another added that children absorb more than people think, hearing voices and learning communication even when they're quiet. Many stressed that with consistent care and professional support, any child can make progress. People also questioned Blueface directly, quoting him saying, "The baby makes noises and stuff," and asking, "What about all the drinking we saw during pregnancy?" That sparked even more debate online. Now, to be clear, some claims floating around, especially ones shared on Reddit, are unverified and should be treated carefully. One rumor suggested there were medical warnings at the birthing center and disagreements over delivery choices, but none of that has been confirmed publicly. Still, the fact that these stories are spreading shows how concerned and confused the public feels. At the end of the day, people aren't asking for drama, they're asking for accountability, honesty, and real support for a child who never asked to be part of any of this. What's really wild is how Chrisean keeps saying, "The doctors would have told me if something was wrong," yet she never actually denies drinking while pregnant. She doesn't say it didn't happen, she just says nobody told her anything was wrong, which feels like a dodge.
I could diagnose my baby on the internet. My baby is healthy. They would have told me if he had syndrome. That shit. He's healthy, bro. Just because that picture wasn't that cute doesn't mean I could diagnose my baby on the internet. That shit is wild. Seriously. That my baby father is bitter. He do bitter shit now. Cause I like some shit about my ex being a baby father, but I'm only doing shit because I hurt. Fuck you. You posted my son dick. Yeah, so I'm trolling. Just because you want to join the troll with my ex, just because you're embarrassed is embarrassing.
And considering she records almost every second of her life, people are confused about how she claims she wouldn't know, especially when she's filmed conversations with Blueface that show a serious lack of concern for how her actions affect her son.
Dad, I'm not even busy. I'm not busy. I'm not busy. I'm not busy.
One leaked conversation between her and Blueface had viewers shook because many felt it showed straight-up disregard for the child. The tone, the jokes, the energy, people walked away saying she looked completely detached. That's why the backlash keeps growing, because folks feel like the signs are there, loud and clear.
Put a baby in the car. Is that okay? Do you mind taking him to the car? Thank you.
There's like 400 people here to go with this. She by herself?
Here it goes. Here I come, Papa. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Then came the incident where her son was allegedly left unattended in a car while people around were scrambling trying to figure out what to do. Others called her out for attempting to place her child into an unsafe setup inside a small two-seater car, which sparked serious concern online. People started asking how many times the same risky patterns need to repeat before something changes, and that question isn't going away. More criticism followed when fans noticed she didn't throw her son a birthday party. Instead, she said she was taking him to a museum.
In 72 hours, it's my son's birthday. So I was just gonna have me and my friends. We go to Baltimore. My son loved this show called Minnows Bible. I didn't know how I feel about a big party. All I was gonna do was just have family, like, you know, his aunts, uncles, and cousins. And we was gonna go to the Museum of the Bible. It's a Bible museum in DC. Then go to this boat, it's like this boat restaurant that's on the water that serve crabs, eat crabs. Last time I went, I spent like $2,500.
And commenters were quick to point out that a toddler wouldn't even understand that experience. Others questioned food choices shown online, saying they didn't seem appropriate for a child his age, adding fuel to the fire. And if that wasn't enough, there was footage from a set where Chrisean reportedly got into a physical altercation and left her baby unattended on a couch.
Oh, hell no. Bro, pick that baby up, bro. Bro, pick that baby. Bro, pick that baby up, bro. What the fuck?
Fighting has become part of her reality TV image, but viewers were stunned that it took priority over caring for their child in that moment. At this point, people aren't nitpicking, they're alarmed. The pattern feels reckless, the accountability feels missing, and the concern for that child just keeps getting louder by the day. Not that poor baby just sitting on the couch quietly watching his mom spiral on camera like it's normal behavior. That image alone says everything people have been feeling. Chrisean stays moving reckless, and yeah, it's been obvious for a while now. Even just a few months back in September, reports came out about a hotel room left completely trashed, with substances all over the place and non-stop chaos surrounding her name. Folks also peeped that the boyfriend she was dealing with at the time seemed just as unstable, which only made the situation messier.
How you doing? Pretty well about you, man. I'm doing good. Yeah. How you doing?
Here come y'all harassment complaints.
When law enforcement keeps getting called around you, people start asking real questions, and not for no reason. Patterns don't lie. Still, despite all of this, people genuinely hope things turn around for Chrisean Jr. because that kid didn't choose this life. He's stuck between two parents with huge egos and zero awareness, while the internet watches in disbelief. At this point, many feel like the child deserves peace, structure, and adults who actually put him first, not cameras, cloud, or chaos. It's heartbreaking to watch, and the concern isn't coming from hate, it's coming from fear for a child's future. Now, I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you made it this far, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates like this. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.